Good afternoon, everyone. Today is November 30th, and it's currently about 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Um, so today is the first day for Green Bay for forecasting Green Bay, Wisconsin in the Weather Challenge competition, um, which is quite a bit distance away from Tampa. So hopefully things are a bit more interesting. Taking a current look at the 500 millibar pattern on the SPC mesoanalysis, we have this gigantic cutoff low just sitting over Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska area, Wyoming. It's huge, absolutely huge, and is most certainly cut off from the northern branch, which is currently mostly in Canada and hovering over northern New England. And it looks like this is mostly being steered by the southern jet, which is somewhat strong. So it looks like Green Bay is currently under some of the associated lift with the approaching low. Although it just looks like just ahead of the best lift. Take a quick look at 300 millibar upper level divergence. So the best lift is in this area. So it looks like any sort of precipitation over here is probably associated with some overrunning. Oh yeah, most certainly. We can zoom in a little bit. This is 850 temperature advection, and a lot of warm advection ongoing, which is producing some precipitation. This precipitation over here is associated with the dynamical lift associated with the upper level low. Okay. Let's go back to the CONUS. So the fact that this is mostly cut off means that it's not really going to move fast at all. So it looks like the majority of the week we will be under the influence of this upper level low. Okay. So that's just a basic overview of the synoptic setup that we have this week. It appears. Okay. Let's take a look at current conditions. Currently 38 degrees, so they were 39 an hour ago. Some light rain in the area, overcast skies. Light to moderate east-southeast flow, which is off the lake there. Looking, last night's overnight low, 28 degrees was the observed low. And looks like that occurred with mostly cloudy skies, although a brief period of mostly clear skies. Let's take a look at the META report. Let's see, go back 12 hours. Yep, so just a few clouds at 6,500 feet during that period, which allowed them to drop a few degrees real quickly before clouds move back in, which allowed temperatures to rise a little bit. Overnight winds were generally light. Light northerly flow, pretty much. All right. So looks like so far today has definitely been mostly cloudy. Satellite, I'm sure, shows that quite well. Yep. A lot of clouds associated with the overrunning from the warm advection and your dynamical lift from the upper level low. And take a look at the infrared. So yeah, definitely a good amount of clouds over the area. Some dry air. Less cloudiness over in this region, away from the overrunning. And some dry air. It looks like it's wrapping itself around. Take a look at the water vapor real quickly. So your baroclinical leaf area in this region. and then your southern jets around here. So then this is your in-between region, which looks like to have some drier conditions. So that might move in later today into tonight. Okay, let's go to Midwest. Yep, that's where they are. According to visible satellite, yeah, it's mostly cloudy even over those areas. Okay. Let's see what how the RPM handles these clouds. 18Z run is only out to 8 hours, so we'll go back to the 15Z run. Yeah, might be a few rain showers. Yeah, 39 degrees, so that'll be rain. Probably. Although the sounding from this morning did show a decent dry layer, which might allow for some mixing. Anyways, continue on. Nope, not northeast. I need Great Lakes. Oh, that's nice. And Green Bay. Right around there. So, in this general area. Okay. Showing a few rain showers, which has been observed last hour. Light rain. Only a trace, though. And definitely plenty full clouds. It looks like some broken clouds. 2130Z moving in. And then the slug of rain associated with the warm advection. This is. I kind of want to change the view here. Let's do north central. There we go. That's much better. Now I can see what's actually coming. Okay. So yeah, this batch of rain actually associated with the variclinic leaf in combination of overrunning, supporting some heavier precipitation rates. So this is 0Z when the forecast is due. Looks like mostly cloudy skies remain. No precipitation falling for the most part. Fast forward through time. It looks like a few looks like a batch of precipitation moves in. Oh boy. All right, here we are. This is day 1 ongoing, and it looks like there will be some precipitation to be had. Great. Awesome. Fantastic. That's a good slug of rain. The good thing is, it looks like a stratiform rain. So, the possibility of them not seeing any rain is very, very low. Most areas should see decent swath of rain. I'll take a look at the precipitation amounts after. So this is during the day tomorrow, still under the rain. And then the rain looks like it moves out 18Z, some clearing behind that, although still have a few clouds and showers in the area. So it looks like they might get some sun tomorrow afternoon as the dry slot wraps in. And we have this wraparound rain and clouds hanging off to the west. And then skies remain mostly clear through 6Z. This is the second 60 period, which will allow temperatures to drop, although we'll have to take a look at how the winds are doing. Okay, let's quick look at the total precipitation from the RPM. Okay. So definitely a good swath of precipitation. About a half inch or so, either side of a half inch, according to the RPM. Yeah, that's lovely. It looks like about, yeah, just less than an inch around an inch in this area. And this is probably going to be all snow around here. But we're forecasting for Green Bay. A quick look at the current temperature profile. Yeah, it's very warm at 850 millibars. About +3 or so, +2. So that would not be snow. In your best cold deductions down here. Let's pull the time at cross sections out. So I'm expecting large swath of saturated layer, and then dry slot will come in, and then probably some more higher RH values will reappear. So let's have a look. Okay. So a lot of dry air, between 800 millibars in the surface, and then the dry layer goes away, and this looks like the time when the rain will occur. So a lot of wet bulbing can occur in this area. Fortunately, I don't have to forecast precipitation type. That's not one of the forecast parameters. It'd definitely be tricky. So yeah, a good saturated layer. This is definitely clouds and precipitation. Up to 700 millibars and even up to 600 millibars. And then a pretty abrupt dry slot comes in around 16Z. At least 800 millibars upward. It looks like some low-level clouds linger. Into 0Z. Some high orange values, although whether these are clouds or not. Yeah, it's definitely not this thick deck of clouds. It's more of a low stratus, which this time of year can have a big impact on temperatures compared to the GFS. So signaling a pretty abrupt dry slot and then lingering low-level moisture. Take a look at the winds. Okay, so winds do shift out of the west-southwest to southwest. So you're not tapping any of the lake moisture to the east. Okay. So it's tricky. Alright, P watts I just threw up. So, yeah, this follows the idea of the dry slot. Amount of moisture in the column definitely decreases. Although the question is, do they hang on to low-level stratus? RPM doesn't really indicate that. Although it is a model, and models have their biases. Okay, it definitely shows some lingering low-level clouds. This is 20Z, 21Z, still some clouds, so I don't think they get completely sunny skies at all. A little sun would go a little ways. So I think they can expect a little bit of sun tomorrow afternoon. So I'm sure the models have them warming up a bit with the sun. And that's certainly the case. Okay, so yeah, looks like any sort of precipitation will be in the form of rain. It is ungodly warm. This only goes up to 750 millibars, but yeah, this is a very warm layer. This will definitely be in the form of rain, despite the wet bulbing that will occur. And this is definitely indicating some of the diabetic heating from the afternoon sun potential. It's kind of oddly placed. So there's this spike right here. I don't think anything in here. Let's go back to the RH. So anything in here, you are not warming from diabetic effects. You can warm from a warm area advection, although let's see if warm area advection will play a role. Surface temperature. Okay. So here's 6Z. This looks like the warm air kind of it's a bit of a cold front right here, and the warm air gets squeezed in this area. This is still overnight tonight. Looks like, yeah, warm air kind of rides up the coastline here. Is that due to sun or just the approaching cold front and the strengthened gradient? Again, the winds will be at this time about east southeast or so. So it looks like the GFS is a little faster with the front. Definitely more abrupt with the temperature fall in the afternoon. So it really isn't showing much warming whatsoever during the afternoon. Because at that time you would be under the cold advection. Okay, here's 19Z. They're not warming really at all despite the sun. It's later in the day too. So tricky. And I'm sure the lake temperatures are fairly warm. So with the onshore flow, that'll be able to maintain any sort of warm air that runs over it. Let's see. So I'm not really sure that the afternoon sun's going to play a huge role. The NAM probably is. Yeah, it's showing the warmest time of the day, around 18Z, and that's when the most sun is, I suppose. Although, yeah, it's probably, yeah, it's seeing this time as a bit of sun. The GFS kind of has your warmest time around 15Z, then falls off with the cold advection. Let's compare. See, temperatures gradually rise under the warm advection, and then falls. It looks like the moss is a little warmer. And the GFS, I'm sure, is a bit colder. Yeah, so it looks like the GFS has the high temperature occurring at the first 6C time period and then gradually falls with the rain. And I can see temperatures definitely falling with the wet bulbing that occurs around this time period. You go from 10% RH to saturated. That's going to drop the temperature quite a bit. So I expect temperatures to, yeah, I can see the 60 high occurring. RPM, yeah, had them around 38 or so, between 38 and 40, and kind of holding. Although, yeah, it definitely shows a bit of the wet bulbing effects. Although with the east-southeast flow or easterly flow, you are going to be able to tap into some of this warmer air. But do the wet bulbing effects offset that warming? This is 16. Yeah, the rain looks to be done by then. Yeah, it looks like the rain ends. Yeah, little after 16Z. There it is. In that point, you have this little nose of warmer air. Okay, enough of just looking at 2-meter temperatures. So I'm definitely expecting temperatures to fall with the onset of rain. The NAM doesn't really have that. The GFS, not really, kind of. The Moss is much warmer. I think I'm gonna go with the GFS Moss. Looks like it. We'll see. It's still 4 hours or so until the forecast is due. So compare temperature trends. As the GFS Moss has temperatures holding steady, which makes sense given the cloud cover, and they are in a warm advection pattern. And they're currently 39 degrees. And they might be able to go up a degree or two. And so, yeah, I expect temperatures to hold. And then rain will start, and wet bulbing will commence. Temperatures should decrease a bit. Still maintaining rain. And with the cold advection beginning after 15Z, that should help temperatures to fall further. A little bit of sun, a little kink hair. Probably not much of an impact. The NAM definitely a combination of the warm advection and a little bit of sunshine. Notice this line right here, pretty big spike. That looks like that's definitely from the sun. Yeah, this is. Yeah, so by 17Z, they have a west-southwest flow. The GFS occurring roughly at the same time. So this is looks like it's right before the front. Yeah, right before the front. And probably a little bit from the sun, a little bit of diabatic heating from the sun. GFS does not have this. It's already a lot warmer this time. Sheesh. Correction time, I think. The question is, how much do the temperatures fall during the wet bulbing? And I don't think the models cool them off fast enough. This is 36 degrees. It looks like it's in the area. And then how much do temperatures warm during the afternoon with the front closing in with a quick warm surge possible just before the front. And there might be a little bit of sun to help out. Okay, that's for the high. As for the low, definitely thinking it'll occur at the second 60 period. Combination less clouds. Wait, few little clouds. Definitely lower precipitable waters. Winds look to drop off considerably. So a good period of radiational cooling looks likely. And if there's any wind, it'll just be tapping into cooler air mass. Yeah. Yeah, and this cold pocket here is probably your best radiational cooling. This is probably the radiational. This is not snowpack at all. Okay. So the low will drop, and where it ends up, who knows? All right, precipitation real quickly. RPM had about a ½ inch. And it looks like the GFS and NAM. GFS is a little drier, less rain. NAM is just under ½ inch. GFS under 3/10. Although the GFS from the past run has increased. We'll see how the 18Z models trend. If they're a little wetter, probably go a little wetter, a little drier, a little drier. Winds tomorrow. Air should be relatively stable. But there is a good amount of wind in the column. And the front should allow the boundary layer to spike a little bit. So it looks like we can break down some winds. GFS is a little more robust. Winds mid to upper teens. NAM is a bit less. This is not going to verify. Okay. Very quick look at the USL, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay, so yeah, USL has holding around upper 30s. Not really much in the way of wet bulbing, although I'm not really sure what it has for temperatures earlier. So there may have been some wet bulbing, assuming temperatures beforehand were around 40, like they are now. So it looks like clouds stick around right through 16, 17, 18Z. Front passage around this time. They do make it to 40 degrees. And it looks like that's probably due to the warm nose just before the cold front. By the time the skies clear up enough, sun is, for the most part, set. And temperatures are falling, southwest flow. Yep. And then winds die down. Some low-level clouds do linger in the USL, but temperatures do fall. And 0.34 the USL, we'll see how that trends with the 22Z run. So definitely some sort of precipitation as it's organized in a shadowform way, which models handle a lot better versus scattered, isolated showers. Winds look decent. Okay, so a lot to consider. This video is 30 minutes long. Definitely more complex than Tampa for sure. Okay, so long.